Welcome to Water Class.
Teachers with that.
And you will too. All right. This is the pain compliance episode. And we're gonna get into it.
Not pay AI.
Not pie. like it did that. So on this Water Class on StreamYard, which is how I set it up. Sometimes it skips a letter, and that's what it did.
I like the mysticism that it gave it though. It was like, what's that? Wait a minute. They're gonna give us a speech.
So there's pain compliance.
Pain compliance. I think Bob was a professional. Well, he's a master at pain. I know firsthand. So yeah. So real quick, I hope there ain't too much havoc on the street. I heard that the food stamp thing coming out. Word get around fast, boy. Even though that does that affect more white people than it do us actually, but you wouldn't know that. So,
But it's still, so my sister-in-law and my wife were talking, and my sister-in-law had to take people shouldn't be buying no gifts. You shouldn't be doing no shopping because these motherfuckers make it hard.
right.
And my sister agreed, and I agree with that too. We don't be buying no gifts because we don't celebrate Christmas, but
Right.
as far as Thanksgiving and all that shit,
Black Friday.
right? They fucking everything up, by doing that. So Trump is all presidents really are bad, but Trump is the bad like that.
I think, man, they relying on us being super consumers. So I don't think they're concerned. One of the most powerful things that I saw when I had my tree service was, and I say this all the time, I would go out to somebody's house, they would ask for a question, estimate, and they may have a tree on their roof and it's cracking the foundation. I give them the estimate. It's okay. I just want to get that estimate because it's November and I got to buy Christmas and stuff. So I'm gonna wait after Christmas. Then I'll call you back and see. And I was like, I've seen that so many separate times. So I just couldn't. I had to accept it that people are so into this holiday thing and going in debt just to give out presents. It just really makes me sad for them, one, and really happy that I didn't grow up doing that crap because it's really sad out there. And what how people are willing to sacrifice and go broke and not just go broke, but go in debt,
Right.
no matter what's happening. So that's crazy.
I mean that's super crazy. You're gonna go in debt for a damn holiday, but
You gonna let a tree stay on your roof? Like you let a tree stay on your roof? It's water coming in. It's crazy, man. And I've seen that multiple times. And it's us. I'm talking about us.
Shit. I've seen houses set on fire from the shit.
Oh yeah, from Christmas.
Christmas lights
Yeah.
on the tree and shit. Man.
A bunch of fools. Y'all protect yourself during this time of the year. So
Yes.
I got a question that somebody posted me on Facebook that I thought was really interesting. Not a real question though, but they said Russians, Germans, Ukrainians, folks from Poland, is ICE targeting them? What's the percentage of those immigrants? Does anybody know? I'm just asking. everybody I've seen ice taking is brown complexion. That's so,
Yeah.
I mean, of course we know, but just I guess when somebody really quantifies it and put the numbers and percentage and things like that, and when you actually say it out loud, you have to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? It hit different, like young folks think. So I just thought that was interesting, and we know what's going on. So I'm gonna head to. So I got one.
And you know, when I look at ICE and I see black ICE agents, man, this is. But it's black FBI, black CIA agents. It's just foolishness, man. I just don't understand. Well, I understand, but
Sometimes I'll be real perplexed about this. So I look at the black officer and I'll be like, man, you sell all that, you know, blah 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 blah. What if it was no black officer? How would I feel then? I can't help but ask myself that question.
well, I would feel fine. Because, well, you with me when the officers took my son. When they, you know, the MARTA police took him. You were with me.
No, I was with you with see about it. I wasn't with
Right. And when they took the tape.
Right.
And I went into the office. I took over the conversations and all that shit. And I would have done it with white. I don't care what they are, but I knew there was an element of danger there for me, for my son, for his friend who was there. So what happened was my son went through the rotary thing, ticket booth, and then he passed his card to his other brother, and the brother used the card and went through. So the police grabbed them both, and he tells my son, you know, move over there, you know, a foot or two. And I did move about 10 feet.
Right.
Then he said, you know, turn around. So I did turn all the way around. And just being silly with the officer, really. And so he gets arrested and the officer gets arrested. Well, I mean, the other boy gets arrested. And I say to the officer, I said, he's 16 years old. He's a child.
Right.
So the proper thing would have been to call us first before you took him. But now here we are.
Right.
You know, and so I want both of them to come with me. They said, well, your son can come with you, but the other one, he's 18. He's an adult. So he can't come. So at that point, you know, I take the officer back. I was like, see, son, look at this. See, this is where you were. This is where they were. Blah blah blah. I'm just breaking shit down on their map, right? One officer cool with that. The officer looked at me like I'm crazy, but it didn't matter to me how you were looking. Fuck both of them in that office.
You too early about me.
I messed both of them up in there. So
I just, you know, it's just, I guess I'm putting myself, I'm projecting myself and how I feel but I can't do that because I'd never be a police officer. But it's like a part of me wants to believe that I just think it's easier for a non-black to see us as non-human versus and it's easy for them to go a lot further than it is a black person. A black police officer,
No.
still gonna be crooked, still gonna be whatever.
And a black police officer will be just as dirty or dirtier. I've had the experience.
Yeah, me too.
So, because they got something to prove to the white masters.
Yeah, and when you say that, they get extra mad.
Yes. So, I mean, it's real dangerous right here. Now, on that too, so we're talking about pain compliance. Pain compliance is techniques that we use, but also police officers use.
Yes.
To control people that aren't obeying their laws.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of times that's a lie. A lot of times you're not resisting, and they use it on you. Now,
as a tech.
Right, and you can't really use pain compliance against a resisting person anyway. You can only use that against a person who has decided, I'm going to comply with this. The police, when they came to my house one time, 5 officers, 6 officers, something like that, to give me an idea because I had done something. And they said, get on the ground. Get on the ground. First of all, I had a sword in my hand when they came in. But I put that on the floor. They said, "Will you get on the ground?" I said, "No, I won't get on the ground. I'm letting you take me. I'm not getting on the ground." And I put my hands behind my back and I turned to the officers, and they were looking scared like a mug because they had heard about my skills, my military skills, my skills as a martial artist. They had heard about it. So put my hand behind my back. They wouldn't put the cuffs on. They said, "No, get on the ground." I said, "I'm not getting on the ground." Because I just knew I get on the ground, they're gonna kick me in the face, they're gonna do
your knees off.
And so they took me outside, just uncuffed, and this one black officer, he put the cuffs on me, and he puts the cuffs through my wrist. I said, "Hey man," and they had me in the car. I said, "Hey man, you cuffed me through my wrist. I'm bleeding. Could you loosen the cuffs or readjust them or something?" He said, "No, I know your skills. I respect your skills. I'm not going to do it." I said, "So I'm just going to bleed like this?" He said, "Yeah. It didn't make an artery or nothing. So yeah."
I'm scared.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I'm scared.
I respect your skills. I said, "Okay." So then they put me in the paddy wagon. And man, they didn't cuff me, first of all. They just had me in there locked like this. I'm getting thrown around the back of that paddy wagon like a mother. I said, if I suffer any injury to my head or to an arm or something, I'm suing these motherfuckers.
That's right.
But when I went to jail, I was in the room with 2 brothers. One was the pod boss, and then the other one, Holiday, was this dude who was a pimp. Muscular, both of them, big muscular dudes. Holiday, he had sued. He was from California. He sued in California the penal system and $15 million. Something they had done, I don't remember what it was, but he had sued for $15 million and was winning. But while he was, and so they were paying him in installments. They paid him like $5 million, and they were gonna pay him $5 million. while he got paid $5 million, he's living in Buckhead and got hoes in his house living with him. So he's still he run the pimp game. He would do it bigger now.
Mm.
And so Buckhead is a wealthy area in Atlanta. And he was walking to his house, and the police just rolled up on him. Now he ain't got no holes with him or nothing. They just rolled up on him, and they arrested him. They said, "Well, I'm gonna." They said pretender, which is keeping holes or whatever.
Right.
And he said his girls, they came to bail him out. And they put them in jail too.
Mm.
He said it's fucked up. So he had his mother and I think his brother working on his case from California. So then they flew in and they rented a apartment, I think, or a house or whatever, and they were working this case. But he had been in prison, in jail, not prison. In jail, you're only supposed to be there for 11 months at most, 11 months, 29 days. Then you go to prison if it's from prison. He had been in jail for 7 years.
I was about to say, I know Mike Tyson, old man, one of his trainers was locked up in Wilmington, North Carolina for 3 years without arraignment. Never had.
See, it's crazy the shit they do, man. And I was gonna say down here, the penal system is run by black people.
Right, I got you.
So I don't give us any credit when we are working for the government. We're still paid agents of the state. So
yeah, I agree. And maybe I don't see it as much because I definitely see the police brutality from us. I see less of us actually shooting and killing. And that's only because they probably feel like they don't have the protection that the white officer has if they do it. Because they be doing that too.
And now in Chicago, shit, black cops are shooting kids. When I was riding home one day, and this officer, he's on the sidewalk. He said, stop. Well, I don't have to stop him. Be on the sidewalk saying stop. Mm-mm. I got to stop. He gets in the street and says stop. Mm. So I was keeping going. He jumps into the street with his gun out, points at me. I whip my car around and I pull out my gun. I point at him. I said, lower your weapon. He said, what? I said, lower your weapon. What? You must be a cop. I said, lower your weapon. He lowered the weapon for me. And then I go on and leave. I said, this motherfucker crazy.
So,
and he knew if he hadn't shot me, he'd have to lie because he was on the sidewalk. I want you all to know, officers that are doing traffic, they did something in Chicago. They did something to get in trouble, and they put their ass on traffic. Mm. That's why they're on traffic. It's not because they wanted to work traffic.
It's punishment.
It's punishment, right?
That's why a lot of them seem like they have attitudes when they do it.
And that's probably everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I saw this. It's a page that has investigations on it. It's called soundinvestigations.com. So it's this one particular case I was looking at. It's Galvin O'Blennis, the CIA contracting officer, former FBI in San Diego. They caught him recording him. And what he's saying here is you can put anyone, I'm just reading what he's actually saying because I don't put the voice over. He's like, you can put anyone in jail if you know what to do. So he's like, so he said that, and the journalist asked how. He said, you set them up. So then he said, you create the situation to where they have no choice but to act on their impulse. And so he said, and once they act on that impulse, someone would call that, some would call that entrapment, which it is. He said, we call it a nudge. That's what they call it, a nudge. He said, the juror's like a nudge. It's like sometimes you just got to give them a quick little, make a noise just to see what happens. He said, and how does that, the juror said, how does that happen? He said, you put a post out on social media. Now, this is why I'm talking about this, because they get you from social media. He said, or you have some fake profiles say something that triggers. This is for me. I need to see this. You know what I'm saying? He said he said that we know it's going to trigger them because we done studied you. He said we know it's going to trigger you. Like we already know your history. If we're to that point, we already know everything about you. So we're like, oh, this will piss them off. And so they get an account and post stuff. People say specific stuff to you. Sometimes you like refuse and just wait for it to follow. Is what he says. He said nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad. This FBI CIA contracting officer. He said, "Oh, it's fake news." And then the guy said, "Sometimes it is." He said, "Or not fake. It's just embellished a little bit." And that's
and so on here, those who've been with us for a while know Captain say shit and I just go off. And you notice I stopped doing that because I realized what he's saying there. These could be people that are planning.
right.
So, and I was going to say too, to you, the dude who, and it's funny that this came up, the dude who is who's part of Dojo Life,
Right.
he could be a plant.
He could be a plant, and that's what they know exactly how to get
Right, exactly.
Oh man, he could be a plant. That is the perfect way to piss me off, boy. You know how to get me to come to your location, boy. I will see you. So while we in the news, I thought this was really wild, and this is again tell people to calm down. An Indiana woman shoots a black driver for honking at her while stopped at a green light. So basically, 23-year-old Indian woman, Indiana woman, sorry, Deborah Bitterfield. She was arrested allegedly shooting 21-year-old Contrell Settles dead for honking. She only shot one time, but that's all it takes through the glass. For honking at her when she didn't move at a green light. Police said Bitterfield followed his car, yelling and gesturing before firing a single fatal shot through his rear window. Settle's girlfriend, who witnessed the attack, drove him safely, but he later died at the hospital.
His girlfriend was with him?
Yeah.
He's honking at a woman?
Yeah, that. Well, you know, so he hit the horn one time. So what it is, the light, it turned green. She ain't moved. So he hit the horn.
Oh, he was honking like
right. Just, you know, hit the horn. That's what it said anyway. It said, let me go back to it just to make sure. It said honking the horn. So he could have been the honking. I don't know. But it said when she didn't move at a green light, he was honking the horn. So they could. The wording means everything. So we don't know if he just beep. You know what I'm saying? I do that all the time. People be on their phones at green lights. They don't know. So you know now. But even if you burn and they start moving, like you're gonna keep hitting the horn once they start going. So,
well, she must have been on her feet, not in the car.
No, she was in the car. She followed him and shot through the rear window. Yeah, shot through his rear window one time, one shot. And that's the thing. She probably didn't mean to do that. She probably just out of rage.
Now, so I was going to meet with another author, Milton Davis, at a certain coffee house. We would meet there, and then we would go through planning out events, or we were working on this game together called Kikama. And it was a woman who was honking like at me to move up in the street. She's behind me. I knew my car, the transmission was starting to go, and so if I backed up any more, I would bump her car.
Right.
So I looked back. I said, "No, I can't." She said, "Move up, move up." You know, and I just stayed where I was. So when the light turned, of course, I went back some. I'm driving. She followed me. I know that she followed me. So I speed up, like it's a light about to turn. I speed up, boom, go through it, right? And it turned red. She goes through the red light and follows me. I said, "Yeah, she's following me." So I was working at this place at a school. I pulled into the school. Now it's a school that's on acres of land, and I pulled into the school and I jump out the car and I get behind this building. I said, "If she follows me in here, I'm killing her." Straight up, I'm serious. She pulled up. She must have thought about it because she was sitting there watching. She looking.
What am I doing? Is what she thought.
Right. And then she just left after a while. But she had been calling somebody on the phone, everything. I was like, I'm killing her. I'm killing who she calling. And I set up, where I'm going to do it at. And if she had walked her ass on that property, I was going to smoke her.
This is a great story for people who may have road rage to remember. You never know who you have road rage.
Right.
So anything with these social media interactions where people disagree with you and they start off like, "You talking bullshit, you dumb as fuck," and start cursing. Like, yo, whoa. I'm somebody else post, and you just go jump on in and start talking to me like that. I didn't come from that. Like, I don't like, that's the strangest thing to me ever. And again, I gotta remember that's the way to get to me. And I gotta understand that. This guy was just calling me up. I got called a coon today for the first time in my life. This nigga said, "Yo, you a coon ass motherfucker, blah, stupid ass nigga, blah." I was like, "Yo, I will find you, bro. I see a thing you in Memphis, bro. I will find you, bro. I will come see you talking to me crazy." Like, I had to, you know what, man? I know I'm not a coon. I can't let nobody do me like this. I can't allow somebody to rule over me like that to get me angry.
Yeah, I had a sister call me a coon one time.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, she said, you're damn, because she was talking about ninjutsu comes from Africa. I said ninjutsu does not come from Africa, that's from Japanese. Let's give credit where credit is due. We didn't create ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is the art of assassins. We didn't have a community of assassins like they do. So I said, no, She said, "You damn coon, you stand there." I said, now, I only have a few years of training. I said, but I know this to be true. And I said, I studied not only what I trained in, but I studied the history of other arts.
Right.
And she's like, "Nah, you're lying. You're nothing but a coon." I said, "Damn, I turned into a coon now, right?" So I followed this sister, like, what she was posting. And she posted on her site,
All right.
a respected dude that just called me fat. I'm like, I ain't called this woman fat. What you talking about? Right? And a sister who's her friend got on and defended me. She said, "No, you're wrong. He didn't call you fat. He didn't say, this and that." And I was just reading the post, and different people got in and defended me.
Mm-hmm.
After that, she's an artist. I kicked her ass out of a group that I moderate, the State of Black Science Fiction. I said, "Well, you won't be getting no commissions on here." So I kicked her out. And she has tried several times over the years to try to get back in. No, it ain't get back in. I don't even go to that group no more. Except when I see her and I say, nope, I deny her getting in. So, but yeah, you gotta be careful. And now with her, I mean, shit, she could be a plant. It doesn't matter if she got artistic skill. She can still be a plant, you know.
G. Mason said they're all around us on every platform. You're right, sir. Peace to G. Mason, Spider-Man, lovely lady.
I agree, most definitely. I always think about, since we're talking about social media, when you're on certain posts and you're saying something that is just plain sense, just regular, like, if our people don't know this thing that you're saying, they definitely should, and someone will just jump on and talk to you like you are a fool. Like, to me, that is a classic sign that that person is a plant and just there to cause some type of division or constantly cause confusion.
Disruption.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, some people really do. Some people are natural, like they say, trolls these days, and they really get a kick out of that stuff too. So
It's like
some people, but you can't tell who's a troll or who's a plant.
Right.
you gotta treat everybody.
It's like the Matrix, like I was gonna say, a person is, even if they're not an agent, a literal agent like the Matrix, they're a potential agent. They can always be taken over and become an agent.
Right.
So yeah,
and we have an episode on agents.
We definitely do.
And employment.
Really good
So
episode too.
check out that episode.
Also in the news, I saw I don't know if it's pronounced Chobana, the yogurt.
Chobani.
Yeah.
They're facing a class action lawsuit after endocrine disruptors were discovered in their yogurt, independent testing. So,
And I eat that yogurt all the time. That's crazy, man.
you need to file it. You need to be a part of that lawsuit. That's one of the ways.
No, so I don't know. You don't get rich off a class action suit. The only one that gets rich is the attorney.
Exactly.
You might get a penny.
Right.
I was in a class action suit against Rio. I don't know if y'all remember Rio. This hair shit.
Oh, right.
And so I had fought Rio. I was like 15, 16. That's ways popping. I got this Rio. I put that shit in my head, and my mother and father were cracking up because it was like putting rubber on your head. It was like fucking me up. And my mother had to wash my head like 10 times to get this shit out. So I became part of the lawsuit against Rio. I'm thinking I'm gonna get $1,000 at least.
Right.
I got 1 penny. So many people sued them motherfuckers. The only one that got rich was the attorney.
You had to find an obscure class action lawsuit.
Right. Exactly.
It's an oxymoron.
So, last thing I wanted to, I got to throw that science in there that I have, that I'm always looking at. So I thought this was really good for people as far as motivation is concerned. So neuroscientists have shown that motivation is not the spark that drives it. It's actually the result of it. So taking action, even in small steps, activates the brain dopamine system, which doesn't just create pleasure, but reinforces behaviors worth repeating. This loop means that effort comes from dopamine, the effort comes first, dopamine follows, and motivation builds as the brain's reward action with the drive to keep going. So the problem is that most people believe motivation must come first. Psychology research shows this is a misconception that leads to procrastination, discouragement, and quitting when motivation inevitably fades. By waiting for the feeling of motivation, people trap themselves in inaction. When in reality, the only way to generate lasting drive is to begin moving and let effort fuel the chemistry of motivation. Now, it seems like that's kind of difficult to conceive in a way, but it's easy when you think about the fact. I always think about it is so it's certain things. So okay, I do like 1 or 2 exercises every day, right? Because I'm a routine person, it's easy for me to do those 1 or 2 things. The other things I don't even want to do. And I'll sit in the bed, I'll be like, man, I said I'm gonna do this today, but I don't feel like doing it, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna do the my 1 little exercise that I gotta do because it's part of my getting up and moving. And I'll do that. And after I do that, now I want to do the rest of the stuff. The rest of the exercise. Sometimes I done waited so late in the day though, because I done bull jive that I'm like, well, I don't have time, but I want to do it. And that's what helped me realize that the movement is what creates the motivation.
Yeah.
Motivate
your will.
Right. That's what's going to create it.
Well, we say,
and you build
how you chop down the tree? By chopping down the tree.
There you go.
And so by doing, not by thinking about doing.
Right. Exactly. You really have to make yourself. Some people maybe, but most people not just jump up and just ready to do stuff. They have to push themselves, and then once you get in it, then it's created. So I just thought that was interesting. Things that we know that science is now proven. So those are one of those things. Y'all be motivated.
I don't. I can't think of any others. But greetings, family. Greetings, Baba. Greetings, Delay.
Peace.
All right, we're gonna get into it then. Pain compliance or pain compliance.
Hit the like button.
Like button, subscribe. And that's not pain. That's pleasure.
All right.
So pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage. It is a protective mechanism that alerts the body to potential or existing injuries.
When tissue is damaged, pain receptors, nociceptors, which is what pain receptors are called if you didn't know. I, of course, knew that. Release chemicals called neurotransmitters. These chemicals send signals along the nerve fibers to the spinal cord and then to the brain. The brain interprets these signals as pain.
Pain can be classified into different types based on its duration, cause, and location. Some common types include acute pain, which is short-lived pain that lasts from seconds to minutes to hours. Chronic pain, pain that lasts for more than 6 months. Nociceptive pain, which is pain caused by tissue damage. And neuropathic pain, which is pain caused by damage to the nerves themselves.
Pain is an essential part of the body's defense system. It helps to avoid further injury, detect and report potential problems, and initiate healing processes. However, chronic or severe pain can significantly impact a person's quality of life and well-being. It is important to seek medical attention if you experience persistent or severe pain.
Yeah. I have a question on pronunciation up here. Is neuropathic and neuropathic the same thing, or is one of them the mispronunciation of it?
I think those are 2 different things.
Those are 2 different things, yes.
Okay, just making sure. Because I was like, I heard it's spelled something different.
Yeah.
In a legal context, compliance refers to a person's adherence to the rule and requirements of self-defense law, which include using proportionate and reasonable force against the imminent threat and acting out of a reasonable belief that is necessary to protect oneself. Don't y'all appreciate my vulnerability in spelling and grammar? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Pain compliance is a self-defense technique that uses painful stimulus to control an aggressor, typically by striking or applying pressure to sensitive areas or joints to force compliance. While it can be an effective tool, its effectiveness depends on the situation and the aggressor's state. and it may not work on individuals under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Pain compliance can be used alone or in conjunction with other techniques to create an opportunity for escape or restraint.
Pain compliance techniques work by applying pressure to specific nerve clusters, pressure points, or joints to cause a painful reaction that compels the aggressor to comply with the command.
Excuse me. Lost place for a second. These type of techniques, pressure points, applying targeted pressure with a focused tool, such as a thumb or knuckle to the area like behind the ear or the neck. A focused tool could also be like a, well, I had my,
Pocket sharp?
yeah, pocket sharp.
Sure.
Oh, here it goes. Yeah. It's a pretty good focus tool areas as well. Joint locks, Bob's favorite. Using hyperextension on joints to cause pain and control movement.
Me and Baba's favorite.
Striking, using blunt force to inflict pain on sensitive areas.
The goal of pain compliance is to subdue an attacker by creating pain, which is then lessened or removed once compliance is achieved. This incentivizes the aggressor to follow instructions. Pain compliance is most effective in creating a brief window of opportunity to escape or gain control. It is a tool to soften up an attacker and is not intended to be a knockout technique.
Some limitations of pain compliance are altered states. Techniques can be less effective against individuals who are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, have a high pain tolerance, or mentally disturbed. Resistance. In some cases, pain compliance techniques can have the opposite effect and incite more resistance.
That's when it hurt too bad.
Right. Techniques of practice. Techniques require a significant amount of practice to be executed smoothly and effectively under pressure. Now let's look at some example techniques. The mandibular nerve.
Are we getting up in?
Yeah, applying pressure with the thumb or knuckle behind the ear, pushing toward the neck, and then forward towards the opposite eye. This can be used to gain compliance from someone who is resisting restraint. So we're going to show. Now, I don't know if this one will work.
I can just turn this around.
Okay.
Because this is going to end with these techniques.
Don't close this. Just leave it like this.
And here we go. You can just sit that right there. We want to slide this back here. We're so professional. Watch step before we get a lot of crap on it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we be very. Let me lower this so you can. Yeah, this stuff out the way.
Boy.
Like Stanford and Son over here.
Wait a second, I did not appreciate that. It is not like Sanford and Son over here, ladies and gentlemen.
So mandibular nerve on.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
So the mandibular nerve is right behind the ear. So
Here we go.
you can press with the thumb, you can press with the finger, knuckle. I like to use the thumb. And we do it with the collar tie included. So collar tie is I have her go around this way. I have her hooked by my hand, my wrist is controlling, and my elbow is controlling, and her shoulder. Now, so she can't go nowhere. Try to pull yourself out. She can't go nowhere. And it takes little effort. In fact, the more relaxed I get, the more she is screwed up. So now After I have her, now I can take this thumb and press. It's a little depression behind the ear, and I can press now. Yeah, she's tapping because it hurts. Okay, I'm pushing behind the ear towards her eyes. Now, can you give me that pocket shark?
Yeah.
I can also use the pocket shark.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
It's a lot more concentrated in one spot too.
Like use that pocket shark and just go right there. Okay. Now I can say you can somebody clown in your house or at an event, and you can just grab them and walk backwards. Walk backwards. And I'm controlling her. Now she's tapping, so I'm gonna let her go. But shit, the person, if I have a person they tapping, I don't care if they tapping. Tapping just is telling you out in the world or in your house, it's telling you to go hard. They're saying, yeah, you're doing good. Hey.
Telling your technique is good. That's
And so you partner, she ready to tap now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna get ready to have it quick. So that's what you now. Way you could do it if he's talking acting crazy, right? The sun, so, and now I'll just put that right there. Okay.
Oh, you can't see it.
So he's acting up.
Talking
Blah, 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 blah. And I just go right there. Or I'm gonna need, can you take this? Or with my thumb. Press right into his, I'm going towards his eye.
Under the earlobe.
It's under the earlobe, and there's a soft depression right there. That's the mandibular nerve.
You can feel this, you can feel where it's soft right there.
Or I can be behind him. And he's acting up. Grab him, put it right there. Right in that nerve. Okay. Or with the pocket shark. Let me see the pocket shark. I have a pocket shark. Go right in there.
A lot more concentrated.
Right. So that's the mandibular nerve. You can also hit the mandibular nerve like this. If he throws a punch and I slip that, I can come up.
Yes.
Now, normally we'll choke here, but I could also hit that mandibular nerve. Come right here on the other side. Now I'm hitting with this part of my thumb. And I can take them like that.
Uncomfortable.
How about, is that, I'm trying to think the best way to ask. Is that too fine of a point, to try to hit, in certain situations?
Well, it's too fine a point trying to hit it like that.
With the
But-
collar tie.
But the collar tie, it gives you perfect aim on that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Perfect aim. Okay. And we don't usually mess with pressure points except for the mandibular nerve and nerve. It's a nerve in the face.
Yeah, that's what you, and that's most of the time, that's what you're on the ground, we use.
Right, exactly.
And it's also good, that collar tie is so good for counter pressure, so it's not like, you could get them in that collar tie, and like we showed y'all last week, you give them a couple of elbows to the face, soften them up a little bit, then you put that right there. That's when you got them out after you done got them together a little bit.
Right. Now, wrist lock. Capturing the wrist and applying pressure to control the arm and force the person into a compliant position, such as bringing their hand to the small of their back. So
I hate this.
Yes. So yeah. So he when I said we're doing plain compliance episode, he said great. So to grab a person's wrist, you normally want to soften them up some. So let's say he is punching, right? And I grab his wrist. Boom! I hit him, and then I can wrist lock, right? I can't just grab this man and then wrist lock him. He's gonna resist that.
Right. And it might be tight because I just do the punch and everything.
Right, exactly.
A blow will soften all that up.
So boom, hit him.
I ain't thinking about my wrist no more.
Hit him. Right. If I hit him in his liver, maybe not thinking about the wrist. Now, there are several ways you can take the wrist. You can either hit him, and then what we do on y'all seen this wrist lock, but most athletes go out like this. If you see somebody else doing this, they got this, you must. You press down. So he can't move. Now you go out to the side.
Yeah, both.
Okay. You press down and you go out to the side. That takes him down.
Minimal effort.
Right. If I wanted to do a come along technique, I hit him, boom, hit him, boom, hit him. And now I pass it to my other hand, to my right hand, if I'm on the right side. And now I gooseneck this arm, and I make a sandwich out of it. So I trap it against my side. I trap it against my side, and then I see he goes up on his toes. I'll show you this way. He goes up on his toes. Okay. Now, also from this position, we call this champagne. I can put pressure on his fingers this way, and I'm stretching his wrist out this way. See, that's another way of doing that.
You gonna get all the compliance you need for that right there.
So that could come along. Boom. Boom. Hit him, hit him in the shoulder. I can do. Don't do that though. Y'all don't do that. Hit him in his face, or hit him in his liver, or in his solar plexus. Then you take that hand, and you make a sandwich with the other side, and he's caught it. Okay, he's caught it. Okay. That means he's hurt. Another way of doing the wrist lock. Let's say he is pushing against you. Okay.
Watch yourself there, young boy.
Yeah. So he says that I can grab him here, and now it's an S lock. We call it the S lock. There or in there. Okay. Or he's on this side. I can go there. And now he's caught in that position again. Okay. Or if he grabs my wrist here, like the Chinese police, right? We grab you like that, right?
Come with us, sir.
Right. You said, oh. So you make a sandwich on his hand, and you bring your elbow over. That's the S-lock again. And you bring it down. So again, he grabs, pop, he goes. Or on the other arm.
It's a real simple one to practice with your family.
Like if you do it that way, if you do it the other way, I'm gonna take you. So with this, you slap it on top, elbow over. See, he's already ready to go down.
Off balance. And
And he goes down. Now at this point, I just pull my hand out. Now I can finish him or just escape.
I don't know what I'm going to ask for this.
Now, if you grab with the other side, I don't know why you would do that,
That's awkward. That don't even make sense.
right? But you put your hand on top again, and now you come up. You wave to yourself. You wave out. Then you let him see your hand. That's still another S-lock. He's trapped there.
I can't go down against my own weight. Oh my goodness.
Right. So what I did there was I just went there and around.
That's great. So I gotta say one more because I seen you do it to from a punch, followed it, and I seen you do it against a number one, and that's the luau center.
Okay.
What's wrong with me?
So luau center, can you have a
Hot shot. I got. You got one too? Oh, look at
no,
you.
that's yours. That's
Oh,
yours
this
too.
Mine.
That's it.
Oh, okay. So when he gets ready to stab, and you all seen the psycho stab,
Right.
right? He gets ready to psycho stab. I'm not just standing there because you get popped in the face. I am moving out to the side or I'm moving to the inside. Come off the line from there. Now, this hand comes underneath, this hand pushes back, and I
Nasty.
clap my hands together.
So that's not a disarm.
Right, it's not disarm.
No,
It's no disarm. But it's
It's no tell disarm.
right. So that's and the reason why you call it luau sender is because I'm going 1, 2, and I'm not just going down, I'm going out and down.
Yeah.
So it's like a sky hook. So luau sender is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sky hook was what he was famous for. So he's famous for many things, but you go 1, 2, and now the sky hook. Okay, that is the luau sender. I can do it also or come down with it from this way.
Yeah. That's seem like that one is a lot get to the point quicker. I don't know. Might just be with my wrist set up.
Now with this, he's trying to stab me, right? What I didn't show was
Ooh,
the
I
hit.
knew that was gonna come. Yeah.
Boom, hit. Now you come up.
Yeah.
And you luau sender. Okay.
Whew.
That's because it's several different wrist locks you can use.
Yeah.
Now that's the shoulder block actually.
Yes.
But you got several different wrist locks that you can use as well. Now,
Finger pull.
finger pull. All right. And then let me see.
Not that kind of finger pull.
Mm-hmm.
So finger pull is pulling the index and middle fingers downward and toward the body to gain mechanical control and compliance.
Sorry. Brittany Bowman said you got to be pretty strong to do that, right?
No,
I mean, the luau sender.
no,
If you get clarified, Brittany.
no, you do not. She could do that against him, me.
No, it's all technique. He didn't. It looks strong, but he's not using any strength.
Right,
He's clamping and he just going down, going out.
right. Out and down.
Yeah, that doesn't take any strength. Children put this on adults.
Right, exactly. Now, for finger, I used to teach finger locks all the time. slowed down because my fingers got jammed by the student one. But if, let's say he is pushing me like that, I can decide which hand I'm gonna grab. So I grab these two fingers
This sucks as well.
and
Very simple.
I take down. They don't take no strength.
No.
I just go, whoa. Now, if I want it to be more pain, I keep
Why
that.
would you want to?
I keep that connected to my body, and then I just press down. Oop, I heard that crank, sir.
You heard it before that.
So, or I can grab this side.
Yeah, get that right.
Move.
Y'all.
Oh, God. And then I could take him down with that, or step back and take him down.
Yeah.
Now, if let's say he grabs me, I can also put my thumb in there, grab those two fingers, reach around, grab his hand, and now I separate them from the other two to bifurcate this skin here. Ooh.
I don't even. Hey, I forgot to say time. I was about to say no.
So you can,
Oh my God, that's an awkward
you can do that.
feeling.
Yes.
It's that's a different type of pain, right? You see my hand keep doing like this? That's a different type. That's a different type right there.
Or if he throws a punch, boom, hit,
That weaken that hand every time.
and then I can go. So now I can bifurcate, or I can turn it and press down.
Yeah, break your fingers off. Don't split them. Just don't split them. Break them off. Good gracious.
So that's the finger pull. Okay.
And compliance, because you hold that there, that person will
Oh yeah. If now if I hold it and I say, "Come with me,"
empty your pockets. Give
Oh, boy,
me.
Like,
Who's that dude that was with you? You know, all that's gonna come out. All that. You will comply.
now, arm bar. So the arm bar can go different ways. You can go up. Now, only do that if you're trained. You go up on him, and then you can take him down, or I can go up on him, tap my chest, and then
See, I got my shoulder up
make
like
him,
that.
let him come along.
My shoulder up like that, that means I'm jacked up. See how I see my shoulder up again? Jacked up.
Well, most of the time, this is the most common arm bar. It come off of front pull. Boom! I turn his pinky up to the sky. I pass it to the other hand, and now I'm on top of his nerve plexus above his elbow, and I press his elbow down above his wrist. And now I say, step sideways, walk sideways. I can walk him like that. Usually, I would take the person down to the ground from here. Okay. But I can also loosen them up here, and then I can reach in,
Bring them up to that.
bring them up, and put them in that first wrist lock we had talked about. And then, let's see, walk. So I can walk them out that way. Grab. I can hit to the face, wrap along that. I can either take them here, or I can, if his arm bends, I can take them here.
Shoulder lock.
Shoulder lock. This is an elbow lock. Okay. If his arm straight, that's an elbow lock. If his arm bent, that's a shoulder lock. A lot of times, for women, if he grabs you around your waist, he's feeling, you can just jam him right there. Now you see how his feet came forward. And now you just walk him out. Just walk him on out. Or if he grabs your butt,
I ain't grabbing your butt.
you can grab my butt. You grab your butt, same thing. You can grab here, or you can
Just imagine.
push this. Oh, right, they can't see you grab my butt. You can grab up. And now at this point, go ahead and walk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he is compliant. He said, yes, sir, and he's compliant with me. You say yes, ma'am, to her. It's really that simple. Okay. If he grabs here, I can do the same thing, or I can reach across, grab him in the headlock, or boom, catch him in the arm bar again. That's the bar again. Now from here, I can hit him in the face. I can step, and now that's a shoulder lock again. I'm just pressing his face away from his shoulder, and that's locking him. And I can say, walk. It's hard to walk.
What are you trying to see at full speed, Brittany?
Whatever it is, you ain't gonna see it. Whatever it is, you ain't gonna see it. Come to the show.
Brittany, aren't you at Atlanta?
We'll come get you shot.
I'm
You said no.
Then I'll show you full speed.
I'll show you, man. I'll show you some full speed. Come on, class. How dare you, Brittany Bowman? How dare you, full speed? You don't want me to have the shoulder?
Now I
You
will.
full speed on the tracks.
I will. No. I will show. I won't put the lock on it.
Yeah, it even has.
So, because you have to. Which one?
I get to choose. What would you like to see? The most popular and easiest is going to be the arm part. It's the easiest to do for most people.
Did she say which one?
No, I'm sorry. She just laughed.
All right, so we'll just go with
Say which one, Brittany. Say which one.
We'll go with the arm bar.
Okay.
Until she say something, then we'll switch it up.
She
So
said the one where you almost broke his finger.
oh no. Do that even half.
You got a mean streak, Brittany.
Ain't no bifurcation going on. The word bifurcate doesn't even sound
Right, it's stop it.
You don't supposed to bifurcate your body. Man, get out of here.
You must now be like,
Right, really, right. Now, yeah. So I'll show you how to get to that.
And if you want to show them the risk, like the only thing is if you do it with any speed, not even force with speed, I wonder if we have enough room for me to fall. You know what I'm saying? Because if I punch and you if I punch and he whip my wrist back like that, I'm going that way.
Well, first you're gonna go.
do that.
Then you're gonna go. Oh,
And there's no way to
now,
do that.
if I bifurcate his fingers, even at half, I'm not gonna do it. He punch. Hit. I can bifurcate these, or I can take these, which is normally what you take, and you bifurcate. Or he pushes.
Oh, push.
When he pushes, ooh man, ooh, y'all heard.
the permanent spot.
I'm just boom.
You notice he didn't take the force of the push. He moved. He went with it.
Yeah,
With the shoulder
so
too. That's
when I moved my shoulder back. That gives me time to grab them,
that's important.
and then grab them, and then I shake down. But I'm not going to do that even at half speed, because that is a dangerous. When I got my fingers jammed, student was doing that, probably about 50% power, maybe 70% power.
Hmm.
I was jammed up. And so I don't teach that often, but to teach these come alongs. The other come alongs that we do, come alongs that police do, they normally will do this one. They normally do that, but normally they'll do it just to get your hand behind your back so they can cuff you.
Right.
Okay. We ain't cuffing nobody, so we'll do it, and then we'll toss his ass out of
Right.
the
Just doing it, breaking the arm around the back.
Right, they bring it behind. So they go like this. And then they put the cuffs on, and then they'll tell you.
But they'll twist it up a little bit.
Right. And then they put the cuffs on, and then they tell you, put your other hand behind your back. And usually.
You gonna comply because you're gonna talk to the other one.
But even with that, come around, they put your hand to your back.
Right.
When we do that, okay. When we do a coup call, we don't touch the hand to your back. It's a hell of a lot more pressure. If you touch the back, the person can really get out.
Yeah.
But this,
That's
right, they can't get out of that. That's still, and we ain't saying we putting the cuffs on. We saying either come with me or get on the ground. If I put him in that, like let's say he has stabbed at me or something. No, stabbed this way. I put him in a coup call. Step over his leg, and then I take him down.
Yeah.
That's usually what we do.
Subdue.
Right. Now I could take him and say, let's walk, or I can cradle it and say, let's walk. I can do that, but I ain't wasting my time with that. I'm just gonna take his ass down. See, he's saying tap there.
Better getting told and him ripping that.
Yeah. So, Brittany, when you said at full speed anything, if I did this at full speed, he loses that shoulder for about a month and a half at least. It's a dislocation, so it could be years. Okay. So, and that's another thing too.
He was just joking.
Oh, okay. A dislocation is worse than a break. So if I break his arm with a stick or whatever, that is not as bad as I dislocate his elbow
No.
or I dislocate his shoulder. And the bigger the joint, the worse the dislocation.
Right.
But so even if I dislocate his wrist, that could be 2-3 years.
Yeah. All them bones.
Wait. So you saying in the movies when the person got the dislocated shoulder and they just pop it back in place?
Like, that's bullshit.
And then the next scene, they back shooting.
Right.
I broke my arm as a kid and didn't cry, didn't say nothing, didn't even tell my mom until she's trying to pop it in place thinking it was out of joint. I dislocated my shoulder as an adult last year, and I couldn't sit down. I couldn't say I had to go to the emergency room. It's a different pain, and it's totally.
So I have broken a person's arm.
I think you broke my arm before.
I broke now I've also dislocated shoulder. The shoulder is worse.
It's much.
Much worse. usually when you dislocate a shoulder, the first thing you stand up, they're like this. If you break somebody's arm, that means you fracture a bone. They can stand up still.
Yeah. Hold like this and good.
He dislocated my son's ankle. Well, dislocated ankle. His ankle.
I didn't mean to.
Well, he stayed in me to now. But I got some get back on my son on his ankle.
He definitely did.
And you see it on the video.
Oh, right.
So I can go up there. Oh no! And I'm locking his ankle up. Well, I locked up the same ankle that he dislocated on my son.
Mm-hmm.
So when my son took the assistant instructor's test,
right,
they have to fight everybody, right? So when it came to fight the instructors, when it came to fighting him, he was an assistant instructor at that time.
Mm-hmm. You gotta fight
everybody. Yeah. When it came, only one to count the instructor. when it came to him, he put pressure on my son, like going forward. They were kneeling, and that pressure put so much force on his foot, right? Yeah. And that it and I heard it pop. I didn't know it had happened like that until after the festivities.
Yeah.
So he had broken it and dislocated. The break healed up in 4 weeks. The dislocation took about 8 weeks, 9 weeks. And he was young.
Right.
Right. He was like 15, 14. So he was young. When you dislocate my ankle, it's going to take years.
My black feet, I never did.
So
I got to dislocate my ankle every week.
So dislocation, also to dislocate a person's ankle, if he's like this, I can step on it, and this I'm famous. I can step on it, and then I can do other stuff. But you can step on it, and you can push him down to the ground.
Yes.
And that would dislocate. So what I've done, I've stepped on his foot, and then you just push him by his hips and make him fall.
The fact that my foot is not going up like that.
Right.
You gotta be keeping it going
flat. And that.
Big shot. Yeah.
That.
My foot can't go up.
Going down like that.
That's going to
that shit would dislocate too. Okay.
Not pretty.
It won't break, it'll dislocate. My son dislocated this boy's arm in school once. The boy was coming at him, and he threw the boy, and then he came down with a knee like he should, pulled up, dislocated his shoulder. The teacher, the principal, said to me, and I taught martial arts at the school, but she said, I'm teaching the children between breaking and dislocation. But she said, your son broke his arm. And I know dislocation, but I said, okay. She said, okay. He broke his arm. I said, okay, it'll heal up in 6 weeks. I know it's not going to heal in 6 weeks. But I know that. Right.
That's what she said.
And so she said, break, right. So I said, yeah, it'll heal up in 6 weeks. It's fine. He's going to be suspended for 2 weeks. I said, okay, well, he's suspended. And then a month later, the boy come back, he's fine. The boy's not fine. But she had said break. And the boy's father is a physician. Mm-hmm. He said break.
And they didn't understand.
I said, he's a physician, but he ain't no physician dealing with joints and bones. Right. So he don't know. So I'm like, okay, cool. Can you give me that in writing? And he did. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I'm going to deal with my son. So I went down to his class. I said, son, you dislocated the boy's arm. Well, and I said, I said, you broke a boy's shoulder? You broke a boy. Now, he know, can't break a boy's shoulder. I said, boy, I should break your shoulder. And I hit him like that. And he went down the ground, crying and shit.
Just really a pat on the back.
It was like, good job, son. He went down to the ground, he crying and shit, supposedly. And I said, come to the bathroom with me. I said, good job. Because that motherfucker, he had, it was funny, my son ended up dating his daughter as he got older, grown. I mean, dating his sister as he got grown.
That's revenge.
So I said, boy, you know, that's good, but man, you can't just dislocate a dude's arm. Oh, I mean, you kneel on it and pull his arm up. You can't do that. You see, that nigga was a good one. Good one that you snap me in the arm and go down. So we played it off, but the boy, he came back to school, but his arm was still fucked up. They couldn't understand why.
Dislocation.
Because it was a dislocation, it wasn't a break. But he was younger, so it didn't take years. It took like 8 months or something like that for it to heal. So a dislocation will take longer. A dislocated hip can kill you. There are people that die. You know, older folks that die.
I was gonna say older people normally when something happens to the hip, when that happens to the hip, that's basically they're on their way out, which is sad. That just happened to my aunt earlier this. Well,
You said 80% of white women.
The dislocated hip.
Oh, I thought you meant 80% of white women get their hip dislocated. I'm like, damn.
No, it's used as fatal a lot of times.
yeah,
That shit fatal for black people too.
my aunt came. My aunt came and visited us here in September, and she fell when she was going back home at the airport. And I think she passed like 2 weeks later, maybe 3 weeks later. Yeah, she's
So y'all know what helps you with that deadlifting. So if you try to deadlift, not try, but deadlift the heaviest weight you pretty much can work out with, 3 sets of 10, whatever like that. Deadlifting builds up bone density. And there's other exercise you can look up. But
Well, if you did deadlifting the heaviest you can lift, you're gonna lift that like 3 times.
right. Well, the heaviest you can lift with 10.
Working out.
Yeah, working out. Not your max. Meaning
Oh,
the heaviest amount you can lift doing three reps of 10. You know what I'm saying? And if you can maybe even down to 8. So because you want to lift heavy weight, that's going to build up bone density. Deadlifting.
Now
One of the best.
the way I was lifting when I was going to the gym with my son, every exercise I did, it would be 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right?
Yeah.
It was not at my heaviest, it was at like probably 7% of my max.
Mm.
And that's how I would do it. But
That builds strength.
yes, but it builds functional strength.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted, functional strength for what I do.
Right.
But yes, if you want to build up bone density, like you said.
And that's just dealing with bone density and deadlift. I would recommend what he's talking about when I'm regularly working out, I do the same thing. Yeah. Odd numbers down or even numbers down. With 50 to 75%. If your max is 185, then you're start with 155 and going on that. Or going up.
Right. All right, y'all. So if there are any questions, let me see on this, or you can see it on this too. But this I can see both. All the way on. Oops. Let me see. Cancel that.
Greetings, Cole Knox. Thank you, Eugene Mason, for the happy belated birthday wishes.
And peace, Dorian. I saw you say greetings.
All right. Peace to everybody. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
QE, peace.
We got to circulate. That's me. We got to circulate post a little bit more because our viewership kind of went down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think if we took a break,
Yeah,
like 2-3 weeks, we kind of went down a little bit. So we need to get our viewership back up.
From Williams, if you're out there,
Who does?
Okay.
reach out. Still got a t-shirt coming your way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We haven't heard from him since he
I
moved
don't know
that.
why it's not going down. Oh, because I'm not in the chat. Hold on. Let me see here. I'm still not showing that I'm in the chat. So I don't know why it's doing that. So I got it muted.
That's
Okay. So now, but can they hear us though?
Yeah, no, they hear because of.
Okay, so yeah, still not saying I can get in the chat, but so I can't pull this down to see.
I don't see any questions.
Okay.
Yeah, they gotta not shut up on our YouTube.
Yeah, but that one shows everybody's chat.
Yeah.
You.
But sometimes you can do all right here too and make sure you see everybody.
I did.
Okay.
I'm talking about it does Facebook, it does all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, on the
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Technology.
if there isn't any questions, then be safe in your home, be safe out in the street.
Okay. Emmanuel Briggs is asking about ankle pain compliance.
Ankle pain compliance?
Are there any?
Well, yeah, there are many. However, and to get somebody's ankle, well, I showed the one where you step on the foot, but that's not really pain compliance. This is pain.
Is that an ankle lock on the one I showed a clip on social media? That's a knee. That's the knee.
That's knee and. But if I'm lying on the ground, yeah, I can get him in many ankle locks. Okay, with my arm and with my feet. However, we don't show that because those aren't come along techniques. That's just pain.
You can't make a move. You can't
you can't
walk out.
Right. Even if I get him in a ankle lock and stand up, I can't make him scoot out of here.
Right.
I can't make him move.
You can make it empty their pockets, but we ain't
Yeah.
property though. But no
one else is talking about.
Now, if I got robbed by Trump, I make him run his pocket.
Sometimes I hate to say anybody who get into it with me, if I get you in some pain, like I'm gonna make you shouldn't try to better you got to come up to me, I won't be giving you products. Just in case you got any tools, you know what I'm saying, or large bills. I'm charging for my time.
But yes, you can do several techniques. In fact, let me kneel down real quick. I won't catch him in the ankles. I'll catch him in a knee lock. The most common, no, you're standing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I'm standing, the most common I can do is here. So I'm catching his ankle, I'm pinning that to the floor, and now I'm careful because I don't want to take you down because you got this weight behind you. But I'm just pinning that.
It's gonna take that. I gotta go.
He goes down.
Can we close that other window because it's already hard to see, and now it's like half size.
It's easy to see that. Because that's not in the window.
It was both of them before.
Now the compliance you're gonna get with that is come to the ground. That's the compliance you get. I'm standing and you don't want me standing up, then yes sir. Coming very quickly.
Right.
And then from there you got
now I got ankle lock because now he's down on the ground. So I can scoot in and I can take an ankle lock here. Okay.
Very simple.
And this is the simplest ankle lock, but it's not the most painful.
Frank, ain't it? It's almost like the same as a
Okay.
Okay.
So that is the most simple ankle lock. But like I said, I can't get up and make him move. Because if I get up, he gonna go to his back.
Right.
So I can't make him scoot up out of there.
Right. If you're in his house, show me where the money at. He can't do it. I'm sorry, excuse me.
They said thank you. That's perfect.
So it's several ways, and all the joints you can attack. Okay, you can attack all the joints in the body, including the waist.
Yep.
The most commonly attacked joint is the wrist, and the shoulder, the elbow, the shoulder, then the neck.
Then the knee, probably.
Yeah, then the knee. The neck before the knee. And I neck before the knee. I don't know about other systems, but if we're standing and I got to dislocate his knee, I kick and then I run my leg down the shin. We showed this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or I kick and run it down his shin. See how his body bent over? It bent over there because it's trying to stop a break.
Now the neck.
And now I got the collar tied, and now I can hit him in the face. I can knee him, or I can crank his neck.
Or hit that nerve.
Or hit the nerve, the mandibular nerve. Now, if I hit the mandibular nerve when I got the collar tied here, I use my finger to come around. I use my finger. See, he's already caught in that. Okay. So it's different ways. And if you want to learn different ways of applying pain to a person that's even deeper than this, you can call us in for a workshop.
There you go.
Or come to class, Brittany Bowman.
Or, like Brittany can come to class. If you're not in Atlanta or Atlanta Metro, then you can call us in and we'll be glad to come to your town. Okay. You're going to have to pay us, but we'll be glad to come to your town and train you on some.
Call it a goodwill offering. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pay. Just give us a goodwill offering of a certain amount and we'll be out there.
Right. And that goodwill offering could include flight or gas.
Of course.
If we have to drive to you, and we'll drive 6 to 9 hours. We'll do that. Other than that, we got to fly. Okay. So, like, we just drove to Chicago, my wife and I, back, and that was hellacious.
I'm telling you, I was thinking about that when you told me. Like, woo.
That was hellacious. I mean, we've done it before, but and my wife had fear of driving in the mountains.
I was gonna ask if you went.
But we did go to the mountains.
I had a fear of that.
But when she drove through the mountains, it was at night.
Right.
When we were driving there, my daughter was driving through the mountains that day. My daughter Yatune, she drove down with us. So she was driving through the mountains in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But at nighttime, my wife was driving. I didn't say nothing. And then she realized it after a while. Man, we're in the mountains, ain't we? I said, yeah, we're in the mountains. It's fine. We're almost done with it now, babe. You know, 'cause it's about 3 miles. And that seems like nothing. 3 miles of mountain. But 3 miles of mountain
Like big boulders on the side. And you're like, you know, thinking about another work to come down. It's all you can see straight down on the other side of the road.
It's only a 5-degree drop. But that 5 degree, ooh, and you're looking at signs that say runaway trucks go here.
Right. I'm thinking during the daytime, it's the nighttime.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't like when you're going up and you can't see, like, you think about something coming over the hill at the last minute, you ain't gonna be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's what bothers me. So, yeah.
I had a bad fear of that. And one of the last times we were coming back from Chicago, I had to drive. My mom got sleepy. I had to drive at night through the mountains, and it started raining. And after that, I kind of like, because I had to get over it and do it.
Yeah. It's just like every time we come through the mountains at night, it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. It rained this time when we come to the mountains, but like I said, I told you, we're almost done now, but we really had like a mile and a half to go.
It's pretty to look at.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's it.
It's pretty to look
After you
at.
see it for a couple seconds, that's enough. Good.
All right, y'all. So love y'all. Be safe in here and in your home. Be safe out in the street. Use pain and compliance if you have to.
Get home.
Yes, get home. Yes, use the tools if you have to. Whatever you have to do. All right. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace. Cody can't say peace, but it's funny how you look like you part of the
My group.
Yeah. Good to have you back.
Except the white man.
That's why I covered them up so we can't tell. Cause y'all look kind of the same. They play football with
No.
We get you when I see you.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Get you. I still love you though.
I gotta get on the screen because I gotta, but it's not letting me.
Oh, I see what you said.
Just leave out and then hopefully it's just.
Yeah, you could just still exit out.
It just end after a while.
Oh, you can't end it without bringing the screen up?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's
Go back here, see these technicals.
it's not.
Oh, it's not going to be back up on the.
Yeah, it's not. Let's see.
Aw, y'all are so sweet. Thank you. I'll put you in my pocket and take you with me all week. Is this the technical difficulties we were dealing with at the beginning?
No, at the beginning. It wasn't technical difficulties at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Somebody like said something.
We was setting up like.
That's your computer. Now it's now I can. All right, see y'all.
Peace.